Jamie Carragher admires Mohamed Salah's revenge time talk. Liverpool legend Jamie Carragher has praised Mohamed Salah for admitting he wants revenge against Real Madrid in the Champions League final. After the Reds sealed their spot in the final by beating Villarreal, the forward revealed he would rather face Madrid than Manchester City as he wanted redemption after being injured in the 2018 fixture by Sergio Ramos. The Liverpool attacker suffered what he called the worst moment of his career in Kiev as the shoulder injury forced him off the pitch in tears during the first half of the 3-1 defeat. Salah's revenge time talk drew criticism from some, with Feed Valverde branding it disrespectful, but Carragher said he admired the Egyptian for his comments and claimed Liverpool fans should be encouraged by them. "I think it will be a big motivation for him," Carragher said on CBS Sports via Goal. "I think he was very aggrieved because that was his moment in some ways. He really burst onto the scene, he had been a revelation and the whole world had sat up and taken notice with him scoring I think 44 goals that season. The whole campaign for Liverpool was built around this guy winning the Champions League for them, and he got Ramosed, shall we say. Sergio Ramos used his experience, dark arts, whatever you want to call it, in that game, and I think that was a huge blow for him really. Players and managers never like to talk about revenge. They don't like to use that word in the press to build up or maybe in some ways motivate the opposition, but really, we all think it. It's something that you just don't say, so I actually admired Mo Salah for actually just being honest to say yeah, I'd rather play Real Madrid and not Man City because Man City are a better team and also because I've got unfinished business." I like the fact that he was honest about it, and it also makes me realize that he is going to be so determined to win this game, and that makes me feel good as a Liverpool supporter. Sometimes, you want to play well, do too much really, so I hope it doesn't manifest itself in terms of Mo taking stupid shots from silly angles when he should be playing people in. He does do that from time to time, but I think he's gonna have a huge role to play in the game. He hasn't been his best in the second half of the season. I think he's aware of that. I think you've seen signs of frustration from him at different times. But no, I think he'll feel like this is redemption. Salah won't be the only Liverpool player with bitter memories of the 2018 clash, despite the Reds going on to clinch redemption the following year by beating Tottenham to their 6th European Cup. 8 starters from the Kiev showdown remain part of the Liverpool squad, but Carragher insisted Jurgen Klopp's side are in a completely different place mentally as they are no longer the underdogs. "Even though there's a lot of Liverpool players that played in that final, I think Liverpool are in a completely different place mentally," Carragher said. "Now, I think they feel like they belong in the Champions League final. I think that's final 4 years ago, they deserve to be there, but it was a case of pulling up against the very famous Real Madrid and Ronaldo, who had won 2, 3, 4 European Cups at that stage. I think this is a different Real Madrid, even if there are a lot of familiar players in the midfield that were the same on that night. I think going into this game, Liverpool will not be starstruck or feel like they're in awe of Real Madrid. I think they'll be very confident, and it is different. Liverpool are better and Real Madrid are not as good as that team. As we've seen at times this season within the Champions League, Real Madrid have lost more games or as many games in the Champions League as Liverpool have all season, which shows how strong Liverpool have become since that final 4 years ago. I think Liverpool have lost 3 games in 62 this season, which is a phenomenal record. I think they'll go into the final in a completely different place mentally than they did 4 years ago.